Sagittarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid to late January 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in energy and see what's happening for the lovely Sagittarius collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for these lovely Saggies in mid to late January? What's the vibe, energies, messages, insights, all that good stuff? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Saggy in mid to late January. We're moving on into Aquarius season. Okay. I'll take it. That card kind of toppled on out there. And yeah, I only read jumpers, so it wanted to show up. And this card always makes me smile for some reason. It might not look too amusing to a lot of you, but when I see a lady surrounded by books with a damn tree growing out of her head, it always makes me grin. I don't know, it's just an imagery I think is pretty funny. Now, the energy connected to it is actually really great. It's great for the mind, and it's great for information and knowledge. So this could be good, especially as a counterbalance to what I was picking up last week. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the January subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as you can see, we have this lovely masked lady here, and she's got books all open and spread out. But the thing that always catches my attention is she has a tree growing out of her head. And not only is it a tree, it's a fruit-bearing tree. So that usually, if we look at the deeper symbolism of that, that's great for the mind. It's great for ideas. It's great for solutions. So whatever it is you might be dealing with, like Spirit's like, all right, this could be a eureka moment where the dots connect, the aha moment where it's like, oh, now it makes sense. So I feel for a lot of you, this could be very great for the mind. Now, for a portion of you, this could talk about energetic or like bringing in information. So whether it's something you're thirsting for, maybe and this is something I believe too. I'm not going to get too far into the weeds with it, but I think in the modern age, sometimes we could overwhelm ourselves with the amount of information we're taking in. So watch out for that when I see this card, because it's like, yeah, no, it's good. It's good to be knowledgeable, but don't overwhelm yourself with information. Okay, because there's only so much processing power we have, right? Brain is like a machine. But it is great for learning new things. And this also does have ties to communication. So we're just going to let her sit right there. Something here about information. But yeah, she could keep studying, right? Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time here for Saggy. What do we got in mid to late January? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So it was titled An Emotional Warning. And the reason it was titled that, if I remember correctly, there were like a lot of emotional spikes showing up, a lot of ups and downs, like high highs, low lows. Again, didn't have to just be you, could have been someone else, but watch out for that moving forward, because sometimes energy can bleed over. That's why I really like this tree head lady, because it brings a little bit more of a, I don't want to say a colder aspect, but when everyone is like, things are going up and down emotionally, this pragmatic energy could balance it out. So we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for Saggy. What do we have in mid to late January? Let's get these cards out. What do we got for our Saggy friends? The deck is being super specific now. I'll take it. Thank you. 2 of Cups. All right. So maybe we're going to see someone else's energy here when that card is the first one that shows out. Unless partnerships are on your mind, this could just be another person. Now, generally, I really like the 2 of Cups. I think it's a really nice card, and it has a really good flow to it, even if you're not going through relationship things. Let's see what we got. Magician, cool. And I've been seeing the Magician quite a bit, especially in all the fire sign readings. It was in the Aries main part of the reading. For the Leos, it was in their Oracle card. Let's get one more. So listen, I guess the fire signs are the big manifestors this week. Ace of Wands. So listen, Saggy, I'm feeling pretty optimistic about what we're seeing so far. Because I will say this, and yes, there's a long way to go, so I'm going to try to keep it even keeled. But all of these cards do lean more optimistic than not, right? So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I always like to look at the elements, and I like the mixture that we have here. So we have water, we have fire, and then we have this card, which is all elements rolled into one. So I feel like there's a nice balance of energy here. And it's good to see how it's flowing. Right here in the front, the water, that's the realm of the heart, the internal realm, the emotional realm. So similar to what we were seeing last week. So it could be creativity, it could be emotional expression. It's great for ideas and imagination. I love when water does that. But the biggest thing, interpersonal connections, relationships, people or things that we care deeply for, is really encapsulated in the water. The downside is that water energy, it's never still. Like it's either going up or down. It's always like susceptible to change, which everything is, but water a little more so. On the back end here, we have fire, the realm of action, and that's your comfort zone, that's your power element. So it's the actions we take, the actions other people take, the actions we decide not to take. Think of passion, drive, desire, motivation, energy levels, vitality. Those are things I think of with fire. Now the downside's fire, it could be a little unpredictable, right? It could be a little volatile. That's the downside to it. But then we have the magician here in the center, which is every element rolled into one. He's got water, he's got fire, he's got air, he's got earth. So that does bring a nice balance here. Let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we're going to talk a little more about the Two of Cups. Now, the Two of Cups, love the card overall. It's really beautiful. And we see these two individuals, it's like they're sharing a drink, having a beverage, right? Now, all twos in tarot represent decisions, choices, being at a crossroads. So, for some of you, that might be the case. But aside from the crossroads, partnerships. That's the big name of the game, specifically with the Two of Cups itself. So, depending on what you're watching for, could this be how you're viewing relationships right now? Very possible. Could this be a soul tie, a soul connection, someone you care for deeply? Absolutely. So when we clarify it, it might show us something we need to know about a person, something about their intentions, anything, any pertinent information could show up here. Um, Usually it's very good though. Now, the downside with the Two of Cups, when it flips up in reverse, usually is representative of when you're having issues with somebody that you care deeply for, where it's like, damn, I really care for this person. But I'm not going to go there just yet. I like the Two of Cups. I'm not going to turn a positive into a challenge. Now, as we get them tucked back in by this amethyst, let's talk about the next card, the Magician. And he is absolutely one of my favorites, one of the biggest cards in the whole deck. Uh, Revolving around manifestation. It's a very magnetic energy. And we see him there. He's doing a little ritual. He's got his wand up in the sky, calling down that source energy to create what he wants in the material world. He's an energy conduit. So I really like this. Now, for some of you, it could just translate into spirituality in general. So whether you're doing a spiritual practice, meditation, prayer, you name it, the magician is all about spiritual practice, spiritual work, spiritual ritual, which could be good for some of you. Now, if that's not the case, this card is trying to create its own reality. That's the thing I love about this card. So if you're purposely manifesting, this is a good thing. Even if you're not, there's something big you're creating, even if you don't realize you are. Now, the downside to the magician, because remember, every card has a downside, is he could revolve around situations of control, whether it's things that are out of your control, feelings that are out of your control, situations that are out of your hands. The magician can represent things like that. Because remember, he's a creator and he always wants to have things the ideal way, which we all do. So we'll see what's up with him. I feel like he's okay. Now, moving to the back end, we have the Ace of Wands. Love it. I love all aces. They all represent offers, opportunities. They're a fresh, vibrant type of energy. So it's really great. A big thing with all aces is they represent talks, messages, communication. So we do want to look at this further. This ace is a little bit different than the others, though. The Ace of Wands burns hot, it burns bright. It's an energy that shows up quick, but it can also go quickly. Where it's like it's here and then it's there. It's like zipping and zooming around. It's like Sonic the Hedgehog when I see this Ace of Wands. It's great. It could represent your vitality, so health, vitality, something or someone you're very passionate about. I generally think that this card is really good, but just like I already said, when it comes to all the fire, Ace of Wands could be very unpredictable. So it could be a talk or something that takes a little left, maybe. But I feel like this could be really good. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Saji. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. And yeah, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Two of Cups. Oh, and yes, for your reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Saji, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Two of Cups time. Why is the Two of Cups here, please, for my Saji friends? And being specific, I'll take it. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. I think this is really good. I think this is really good. Now, there's a lot of people out there that whenever they see threes, they get all freaked out and they think third party, third party, third party. But the Three of Pentacles in the upright underneath the Two of Cups, I love the social aspect to it for some reason. Now, the Three of Pentacles can represent work. So it's funny, like we have like the personal connections and relationships, but then we have like a professional dynamic here. So I'm not sure for some of you if this is like someone that you work with or you work together, but then there's also like this friendly energy here too. The Three of Pentacles to me is smooth. So that's one thing I just want to say. Even if you're not watching this for like personal relationships or anything like that, the Two of Cups, Three of Cups is support. It's people that work with you, not against you. So I could say overall for a lot of Saggies, the general overall energy seems to be working with you as opposed to against you. You probably have a lot more energetic backup than you would even realize. So I think that's really good. But I just find it interesting where it's like we have the one on one dynamic and then we have the crowd dynamic. And again, it could be work related. If you're planning a switch or a change up when it comes to work, this could represent it. But it seems like it's an easy, smooth transition. Um, Another random thing, especially like if you're manifesting, for some of you, the world could be mirroring certain things back to you. So, like how you feel about yourself, that's how the world feels about you. I know that's completely out of the blue, but like when I see this, it's like the energy you're putting out gets mirrored right back to you. So, again, we're going to keep going. We're going to see what the magician has, but I like it. That's a good start. I don't want to call it like a big win. Now could be a great time for any social endeavors. So, whether it's like a new friend, romance, you name it, patching things up. That could be another thing. Like when I see the Two of Cups and Three of Pentacles, there could be something you could fix or patch up. Let's go in on the Magician though. Very good socially. That's the one thing I'll say. So if you're in hermit mode, you might not be for long. So what do we got here? Huh. Okay. Something you're wanting to bring back in? Okay. Or somebody. So we have the world in reverse underneath this energy is like I want to give something another go, give something another try. Now that doesn't mean it has to be a person or a relationship. This could be like an old hobby, an old interest, something you started a long time ago, you put it back down. When I see the Magician with the world in reverse, it's like, you know what, maybe I should give that another go. So again, if you're crosswalk, it could go a lot of different ways, but this combination to me is I'm manifesting something back in. So this could absolutely be a return. So whether it's a return of a situation, return of an individual, it could be any and everything. But it's like I want to give something another try. Now, if that's not where your head's at, that's something that's like completely not on your mind. This could easily be like an interest or a hobby or something like that. So maybe there is something that spirit wants you to like really reflect back on and try again. So whether it's a work thing, a career thing, an idea you once had, a business idea, a hobby, it's like spirit might want you to look back on something and give it another go. That's how it shows up to me. So there is something returning or wanting to return. Because remember, the world, it's a card that it's very karmic, but it could also represent an ending. When it's in reverse, it's like, not quite over yet. We're going to give this another shot. So it could be a karmic return of some kind. Let's go in on the Ace of Wands. The energy feels smooth, though. Like, sometimes when I see energy popping back in, sometimes it's a little tense, sometimes it's a little uncomfortable. This energy just seems smooth. It just seems like it's flowing how it needs to flow or getting back to something. Let's go in on the Ace of Wands, then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So, I like it. I don't dislike it. I'm not nervous or anything like that. It was the Ace of Wands here. And then the Sun. Then the Sun. This is one of the best cards in the whole entire deck, maybe the best card in the whole entire deck. So, of course, I think of wins, victories, blessings, all that stuff. This is source energy to me. So when I see the Ace of Wands with the sun, it's like, oh yeah, all right, I'll take that. This feels like a huge win or blessing to me. But another thing I want to mention, especially with the Ace of Wands, the communication, the talk, and now we have the sun. The sun can also represent casting light on something, revealing something. So if you feel like there's something that you didn't get a chance to say, that you want to say it, that's what this energy could be. Whether there's a piece of information that you've been wondering about. Remember, I said it with here, the connecting the dots very early in the beginning, connecting the dots, seeing the patterns, information coming in. This is very similar where it's like, oh, now I get it. Now it makes sense. So whether this is a conversation that casts light on something or you figure something out for yourself, I think the energy just feels great to me. Great for offers and opportunities as well. Like I can't, like your reading overall this week looks really, really nice, Saji. The regardless of what it is, like we have the energy turning in, we have like this social energy, we got this fresh energy. It all seems to be lining up in a good way. But let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow. If you kindly look in the box, great stuff. A lot of claimable energy here, Saji. But position number one, we got the Two of Cups with the Three of Cups in the upright. Listen, I'll take that all day. You know, it's beautiful. We got like a group dynamic, work dynamic. We got a personal dynamic going on here. Overall, to me, it feels like the energy is working with you as opposed to against you. And there's this great energy around socializing or talking to someone. Moving to the center, we have the Magician with the world in reverse, manifesting something back in, a return of something. I did say whether it's a person, a situation, a hobby, a business idea, a work thing, an idea you once had, there's something that spirit might want you to revisit. At least mentally, but I do see something that could potentially return. There is this door open for like a karmic cycle to return. Onto the back end, we have the Ace of Wands with the Sun. Beautiful. So again, whether this is the offer, the opportunity, we have more of the win, victory, blessing energy swirling all over the place here. But for another portion of you, it's like figuring something out, like aha, connecting the dots, revelations, realizations. So whether it's information you're asking for or someone's asking from you, it's like, I'm going to ask you questions. Please give me answers. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for you, Saji. What do we got? And yes, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge, they could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get your shadow card, my good friends. What do we have for Sagittarius? Great energy switch up this week. Hey, we got our good pal here, my friends. The King of Cups, a.k.a. Kyle of Cups himself. Except in this deck, he does have a beard, but it's made of tentacles. That is weird. But listen, it is a shadow deck, right? It's not supposed to be all sunshine and rainbows. Now, the King of Cups kind of ties into the energy we were seeing last week, whereas like the energy pushing forward for Saggy looks really great. The King of Cups could be a water sign you're connected to, so Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. If that's not the case, kings represent control of the emotional state. So in the shadows, maybe there is something where it's like you still feel it, you're still working through it, you're still dealing with it, but it feels a level for the time. This could be great for resolving emotional issues. But yeah, when I see the King of Cups, it is strong for love, somebody or something you just care deeply for. So the fact that it's in the shadows, I don't know why it's being suppressed. I don't know why it's being hidden, but it is. So whether this is an attachment that you still have that's under the surface, it seems okay for now. I will say that, but there is this strong intensity burning within. So we're just going to let him chill right there. That's what I have for you this week, Saji. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the January subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, or if you'd like to see what 2026 has in store for you, you can book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The January schedule's already up, so you could go check it out and see what's available. It's going quick, but for the January subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. It's absolutely adorable and is great for readers of all skill levels. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's two simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments from today's reading which card spoke to you the most. Even if the reading didn't quite hit, which card was giving you those warm and fuzzies or really caught your attention. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.